Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the Short and Stout Guys. We are the Short and Stout Guys. I'm Terry.
I'm Daniel. Hey, Dad, what is our favorite thing at Universal Orlando?
The Coca-Cola Freestyle Cups.
Okay, that is true. Oh. But what about our favorite season at Universal Orlando?
Well, you know what? I do enjoy Christmas, and I do enjoy Mardi Gras. Yeah. But you know what my favorite season is? HHN season.
That is right. Halloween Horror Nights, which will be coming up really soon.
Yeah, only about a month away. We're filming this in late July. And so coming up by a month later, August 28th, I think, is the first night, the premiere night for HHN34, the 34th year. So it's going to be kind of a big event coming up, and it runs for just about 2 full months, a little bit more than 2 full months. So a lot of excitement coming up. We're going to go through, Universal has not announced an actual map or actually what's going on for Halloween Horror Nights, and yet tickets are already selling out. It's such a popular event. And so there have been a number of speculation maps, and Universal has announced 8 houses, and so we'll kind of talk about those. There also have been some scare zones that have been announced. Can't find them on the Universal website, but they have been announced to other outlets, and so we're kind of going with what they've been told. So we're going to go ahead and start near the entrance of the park, all of this, again, being at Universal Orlando. Starting at kind of where the Minions area and the Hollywood Boulevard, where they connect, we have something called the Observatory. It's kind of like the entryway into HHN to get you excited as you're walking into the event, where you'll encounter some main characters from all of the different houses and maybe some of the scare zones that are going on during that event, right?
That's true.
Yeah, and we've got an overarching theme this year of kind of a stained glass and that
Victorian manor kind of thing.
Kind of a deal. So that should be kind of fun. You'll see some actors, scare actors, and things going on there. Now, I believe you said you wanted to go counterclockwise, so we're heading right as we come into the park, taking a right and heading down Hollywood Boulevard. What have you got for us there? First scare zone.
All right, our first scare zone is Masquerade Dance with Death.
Dance with Death. Huh?
Where you're at this masquerade party. Everyone's dressed up as classic Universal monsters. Okay. We're talking like Frankenstein, werewolves.
We don't really know.
But as the night goes closer to midnight, the facade starts to fade, and you realize that everyone there is a vampire.
You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
That should be kind of cool.
Which is kind of reminiscent of some previous scare zones they've done, like Vamp. What was the year? 85 and like the one where everyone's a vampire.
Yeah. Basically. So it should be kind of fun. They've got 3 stages set up so far as of last time we were there. The stages look great, amazing. They can go up on the stages, and then they've got some microphones, or they've got some sound coming from the stages, because you can see speakers and things down at the bottom, pretty well hidden. One of the stages is decorated with a bat. One is decorated with what looks like a gargoyle, and one looks like it's decorated with kind of a raven. And all of those are in some stained glass imagery on the back of those stages. Looks very cool. So
very cool.
It'd be very neat. All right. Now, in between that scare zone and the next scare zone, coming up down kind of in the Central Park area, there's going to be something different this year. Everybody's favorite restaurant during the Halloween Horror Nights season, it tends to be Mel's Drive-In.
Don't you mean Mel's Die-In?
Yeah, during the Halloween Horror Nights season, it turns into Mel's Die-In with a couple of the letters going out on the sign. So what's going to be happening there this year, supposedly?
Well, supposedly we're going to get some zombies wearing roller skates and chainsaws, I've heard.
So these are going to be workers from Mel's.
From Mel's,
right?
yeah.
Some car hops.
Car hops, yep, that's
around.
the word.
Chainsaw thing I'm not positive about, but we know they're supposed to be on roller skates, at least some of them, and they're supposed to be zombies. So
that's going to be very ambitious.
Yeah, it should be kind of fun for them to do, and for us to see.
Yeah.
All right, then we head down a little farther into the Central Park area.
That's right.
Now, Central Park is where they also have a nighttime fountain show. Nothing has officially been announced.
Nope.
For Halloween Horror Nights. They did one a few years ago. It was great. One of the best fountain shows we've seen. We don't know whether they'll be doing that again. It's hinted that it might be happening, but we don't really know. So that would be cool to see that, and some drones. Very good show last time they did it. Now, one of our favorite pathways for them to have the scare zone on is kind of that tree pathway as you're heading down past the Central Park area. That's supposed to get the pumpkins back in the trees this year, which I love, the jack-o'-lanterns. All lit up in the trees. That was my favorite thing they did in those trees.
Yeah.
But also, we think there's going to be a scare zone starting in that kind of curved path that heads back into the World Expo area. Somewhere back there, we don't know where it's going to start and where it's going to end, but there should be a scare zone. What's that going to be about?
It's called Cat Lady of Crooked Lane.
Oh.
An evil witch is beckoning trick-or-treaters into her home and turning them into half-human, half-cat hybrid things.
Yeah. Yeah,
spooky. And also, this is a reference to, there's a poster at the end of Slaughter Cinema 2 that's supposed to was a reference to the scare zone.
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
From last year.
The Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. Looks really good. They've got some props set up, and so we've got some video of those. Some real kind of elaborate wooden structures where the scare actors can hide and move in and out of. Not really sure if they're going to divert people down through the middle of that or if you're going to be able to walk around it. There's also another area of scaffolding that they've got set up of supports and things with a stage that may or may not end up being her house. We don't really know yet. But it looks like a really cool setup, and that's beyond the trees, kind of out in that big circular area. So looks like it should be a lot of fun. All right, we're going to leave the expo area. Or the Central Park area, we're going to move into the Expo area. Generally not much going on in the Simpsons.
Nope, nothing going on in the Simpsons area. Yeah. Maybe the occasional chainsaw clown, but not much going on.
Nothing planned there. All right, but as you get into the Simpsons area and where the Simpsons ride is, that's where our first house is going to load.
Hatchet and Chain, Demon Bounty Hunters.
Really sounds great.
This is a supernatural Western, and I am all for it.
Yeah, it sounds great. They also did this one in just a short little scene
in Slaughter Cinema 2 from last year. That's right.
So that
Love that one.
Great idea. They just didn't have a lot of room to flesh it out. So maybe this will do a better job of that. So looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Now, as you get through the Simpsons area and you get farther into the World Expo, we've got another house that loads, and you said this is kind of in between the Coca-Cola station and the Men in Black ride.
That's right.
Where the restrooms are.
This one is Dolls Let's Play Dead, which is kind of an interesting idea. It sounds like you will be shrunk down to the size of a toy, and you'll be hunted by these mutilated toys and this giant girl. You'll be walking through her room and then through a little dollhouse that also looks like a Victorian manor. So there's your connection.
All right. So it looks like it should be really kind of a cool, unique idea. All right, we're going to continue on to the other side of the Men in Black ride. And then we've got two houses that are going to load over there.
This one, it's kind of an interesting. So you enter between the Men in Black ride and the sound stage,
the Fear Factor stage.
Yeah. And you go all the way around, all the way past the Men in Black thing, and then you go by their two new tent things they have.
It's a bit of a walk. Yeah, it is a bit of a walk, but they've got it set up really well in the back for all the queue lines and everything is set up, and usually they've got some fans back there and stuff to help you out. So we're going to see two houses back there. One of the houses is going to be, or supposed to be, Galkin, which is the northern monsters, something dealing with Vikings and their monsters. So that should be kind of fun. And then you're looking for the other house back there. What's that?
Fallout.
Fallout, yeah.
Yeah, they're taking elements from both the show on Prime and the games, which I am super excited for. This is one of my favorite properties.
So it should be fun.
And I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us. However, there is rumored to be corn in this maze, so you know what that means.
Hurricane. Yeah, whenever there's corn at HHN used in some way, generally we have a hurricane go through. So we'll
hopefully that won't happen.
Hopefully the curse will not happen. All right, we're going to continue on. We've got those two houses that are loading there. Then we've got the stage itself, where we have Nightmare Fuel or something of that nature. I think it's Nightmare Fuel returning for another round. So, and that's always a good show. Loud, a lot of good dancing going on there. So, all right, we're continuing on now. We're moving into the San Francisco area.
Actually, first we have to talk about the Diagon Alley and London area.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because
nothing announced
it hasn't been confirmed, but there's evidence of props and sets that indicate that the Death Eaters might return this year.
Yeah, if you get inside Diagon Alley, there are several different areas where they have some props set up. One of them the Death Eaters use as a stage, but the others are areas where you'll see fog and green lights. Whenever you see the fog and the green lights, you know the Death Eaters are out. So they're not out the whole night. They kind of come and go. And so if you are in that area and the fog and the green lights are on, you know the Death Eaters are out on the prowl. So we love seeing the Death Eaters. They do a great job. Very nice scare actors. They just are so professional. Very, very good. It's very interactive with the crowd as well.
Oh yeah, especially if you bring a wand or have a dark mark tattoo. They're really
looking for you. They're checking you for those kind of things. All right, now we can head into the San Francisco area.
Yep.
Where we've got a scare zone that is rumored to become more of a dance party, right?
Dance party.
Right in front of the Fast and Furious area.
That's right.
Yeah. They're going to have they've got the big scaffolding all set up, and sounds like they'll have an undead DJ there, and then we don't really know what's going to happen. Different characters are going to be out doing their moves, I guess, in that area. So that's kind of different. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So I don't even know if they've got a name for that. It's just kind of a dance party scare zone thing. Continuing on, we'll get to the house that loads right next to the Fast and Furious ride, which right now is rumored to be the Jason Universe house.
That's right.
So Friday the 13th. Yep. So are you a big fan of Jason and Friday the 13th?
I could take it or leave it. It's a slasher.
Slasher house, yep. So that looks like that's what's going to be there.
Sounds like they'll be taking scenes from all the different movies and kind of splicing them together. Kind of like what they did in California for Leatherface a couple years ago.
Yep, so they're kind of building a universe out of it, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to leave San Francisco and we're going to head more into the New York area.
Yep.
In the New York area, we have a scare zone that sounds like it should be a lot of fun.
It's probably the biggest scare zone. They have a lot of area to work with.
It always is, yep. This one we've got gangsters or mobsters.
The toxic 20s.
We have a toxic air, some kind of toxic sludge spill. Sounds like it may be involved in that the bug house.
BuzzCon,
yeah, BuzzCon thing. Anyway, it's mutated the gangsters and they're out now, doing whatever evil mutated gangsters do. We also have, now in the past we've had two houses that have loaded right at the end there of the New York area where it makes the corner. You go in there, two houses, and then they'll take you out behind to the sound stages. And they've got the Terrifier rumored over there, which is a house that I am not at all anxious for, not really interested in the least. Because it's supposed
nothing
to be,
I've heard about that house makes me excited for it.
Pushing the boundaries of grossness.
Smells.
And smell. And
super wet.
Yeah, you have a wet path and a dry path. I may or may not go through that house. It wouldn't kill me to not go through that house. It may kill me if I do go through that house, but just not a series I've been interested in because of its extreme graphic grossness.
I even heard they are supposedly selling a special kind of poncho for this house, which... if you need that,
yeah. So the other house that is rumored to be back in that area is one called Grave of the Flesh or Grave of Flesh, where you're dead, and now after you're dead, there are monsters after your flesh. So as you're going through the house, so that also could be kind of gross. Continuing through the New York area, we're going to get over by the Jimmy Fallon ride, and the house that's rumored to be there is Five Nights at Freddy.
Although Five Nights at Freddy's have not been officially confirmed, but
they've hinted at
probably
emails and text messages. But yeah, so Five Nights at Freddy may be a house that loads somewhere over there by the Jimmy Fallon ride. I'd be very much in favor of seeing that.
I could see a lot of younger audiences looking forward to that.
Well, maybe I don't know. I'm just with the the animatronics, how they do those. It should be kind of fun.
It's going to be kind of bright costumes.
Yeah, it'd be a fun one to go through.
Yeah.
All right. Continuing on, the one that loads and queues up in the stage and concert area is rumored to be one called the El Artista, a Spanish haunting.
Which is kind of the one that this whole event is based around. A tragic Spanish artist in an old Victorian manor who's apparently being tortured by some unknown demonic entities to
take over his art, right?
Yeah. Okay. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it should be interesting. It should be very colorful again, and I don't know, maybe it'll just be really dark. But art has taken over and it's doing bad things. All right, we got one more house. Now this one is a speculation because nothing has been announced, but it has something to do with wrestling. I think the Wyatt Six, this is supposed to have something to do with them. Maybe the mind of one of the Wyatt, I don't know. There's just speculation there. So we'll see kind of where that house goes. Don't really know much about that one. That one usually loads over on the other side of kind of in between where the big merchandise store is and where the rock and roller coaster is. That's kind of where that should load and take you behind. But we'll see, because with all the construction,
there's a lot of construction with the Rocket Roller Coaster closing in August, and with what they're doing over by the New York area.
Rock and roller coaster should be closing about the time HHN starts. So we'll see. Don't really know. Lots of construction, lots of stuff going on. Should be a really interesting year. We're hoping for a really good year. Got some houses that I'm very much looking forward to, but also some that I, not a big fan of. So anyway, that's the speculation map that we're kind of following. Hope you've enjoyed coming along with us, taking a look at what may be coming, what may not be coming, and kind of our opinion on a few of the things. There's some things I'm looking forward to, some not so much. How about you?
I'm definitely looking forward to Hatchet and Chain and Fallout. Those are my two must-do houses. Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, folks, maybe we'll see you at HHN34. Maybe we'll see you eating some of the treats. None of that's been announced either, so we don't know what food to expect. But regardless of where we see you, until then, take care.